that has to be one of the best I've seen yet. Thank you, Mrs. H. I can't stop looking. It's fantastic, isn't it? How she thinks of doing stuff like that, I have no idea. But it works. Very Christmassy there. Welcome to the midweek shave. How are you doing? I hope your week isn't as busy as mine's been. Oh, before I forget, you may not get a reply to your comments in my last video, this video, and maybe the next one. Nothing to do with being rude, because I do think it's important, you know, to reply to comments. I'm getting a lot more now, but don't stop commenting. I love reading them. It's just a time thing at the moment, because I'm working 10 to 12 hours a day sometimes, and then coming home, doing stuff at home, so it's just a time thing. I need 30 hours in a day, not 24. So I just want to make you aware of that. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I will read everyone and thumb it up under your comment. So keep them coming. Thanks very much. I hope you understand. How are you doing? How's your health? How are you doing? You? Looking at me there. You? I hope you're okay. I've gone mad since it's been Christmas. Right. A very Christmas soap, this. Always reminds me of Christmas, this particular soap, and it's West Coast Shavings Winter Spice, and there's what the scent notes are. You can see that: nutmeg, apple and cinnamon, or cinnamon, apple and nutmeg, and the warm spices, Christmas in it. Oh, smell that cinnamon, I could... Right, brush. Horsehair. Who is? I am. Horsehair with the Eveready 150 vintage handle, which is re-knotted with a horsehair, and that's like a badger brush. Well, at least it is to me. So that's been soaking for about 10-15 minutes. And the razor of choice is, I'm using this really, it's another aggressive razor, well, yeah, razor and shave. It's the Muhle R41. And the reason I'm using that in this shave is when I use the Muhle Future, I always get asked to compare it to the R41, or if I use the R41, they like to compare it to the Muhle Future for aggression. Now, as you know, I used the Muhle Future on setting 6 in the last shave. So I'm going to use this one. On top of that, I'm using a feather, brand new feather, high stainless blade, very sharp blade, comes in that wrapper. And I'll give you a comparison to setting 6 to this for me. Your mileage may vary, as they say. So let's get going. I just rinsed the old face. I'm not going to use a pre-shave oil or soap. I should really, but I'm not going to. That's lovely. Where's my... Oh, hey. Sack the floor manager. Everything should be in place. Right. Here we go. It's quite warm in here with the heater on. It's not freezing, it's not cold, it's just right outside. It's about, was it 6 degrees or something at the moment. So here we go, flick this. I usually give it about 3 or 4 good flicks so it's wet but not dripping. Straight to the puck, not bloomed. I'm just going to go straight to it like that. It's only a small puck. And this is going to want water. It loves water by the looks of it, which we can also add as I'm shaving. Oh, then Christmas in a dish there. Cinnamon. God, that's nice. Nice brush, the horsehair. And if that handle could talk, could tell me a tale or two, I tell you. I'd share with you, of course. Have you finished all your Christmas shopping? Have you got everything? Or are you at a... I've just dipped that slightly in water. Are you at a panicking stage? Oh, hey? Merry Christmas. This will be good Christmas morning, this sort of. Now, my Sunday shave next will be Christmas Eve. Sunday's Christmas Eve. And I'm going to use a special soap for that, because it's a special occasion. And in the new year I'll be using a, just dipped again in the water, I'll be using a very American soap, which I've not been able to get hold of here, obviously. But finally I've got some. Now I like it quite thick, so what I've done is added a bit of water to the brush. Not the best backbone on these, as I say, it's a lovely soft brush, but it does the job really well. I wetted a bit then, but I gathered more soap, so it's really, because you need it when you're using an aggressive razor, or well, I need it, I should say. Need it just like that. Right. Rinse hands. Empty sink. No whiskers in this sink floating about. That used to annoy my mother. That's one thing. My father used to rinse it, but he didn't, you know, just bits everywhere. Gosh, my mother used to go off. If I remember rightly, it used to be whiskers and soap and cigarette ash and all sorts of stuff. Used to have a grand old time. So here we go. Muhle R41 3-piece non-adjustable razor. Aggressive. May not look it, but it's quite deceiving. And we're using West Coast shavings, Winter Spice. Beautiful. Now sometimes a feather, for me, on the when it's brand new, and especially when it's in an aggressive razor, something I don't do usually is use an aggressive razor with an aggressive blade. But it can feel a bit tuggy until it's sort of on the second shave, third shave even, then it's at its peak for comfort. Horsehair there. But this time, as you can see, very lightly. It's not tugging and it's very comfortable. Right, aggression. It is aggressive. But for me personally, the future on 6 is more aggressive than this. Even though this is aggressive, what you got to remember is the future is more open. The blade is, you know, I've shown you before, when you look down you can see that gap and there's more exposure of the blade. It feels, for me, you may use it and you may feel this is more aggressive. It depends on you and your beard and your skin and your whatever, but There we go, there's the first one. Yeah, so for me it would be the future on setting 6. Where would I put the R41 on what setting? Would it be the same? Setting 4, setting 5 maybe, 4, 4.5, somewhere down there, setting 4 to 5. Oh, I can't stop smelling Christmas in it. Right, we're going to go to town now. A good bit of water there. Watch this. Likes water, this soap, so use it then. Alright, alright. Keep your hair on. Oh no, you've shaved it. Right, look at that. Beautiful. Back to the... Easy to lather. And I've had this puck, well, it's going to be a year, yeah, over a year. And providing you keep, if you see what I'll do with this now, I'll rinse this clean and I'll let it dry, air dry, and once the puck is dry, I'll probably take it out the tin, clean the tin, let that air dry, then put it back in, close the lid, and no problems at all. There we go. Rinse off, and we'll see you in pass number 2 across the growth. Okay, so welcome back to pass number 2, Muhle R41, high feather stainless, or feather high stainless I should say, a very sharp blade in a very aggressive razor. We're going across the growth but very, very gently. And another thing I've noticed with this, very little overhang. It's, you know, it's very good. Very good. Just effortless. Really nice. Yeah, see, it's just still on there. Didn't feel it. That's the thing, you can turn and bite you without you expecting sometimes. Are these lights too bright? Are they okay? Because it looks on camera like it's I thought that would have been blue blood, really, but it's disappointing. Right, that's pass number 2, and I'll see you now in pass number 3 when we go against the growth. Getting close now. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to take that and go to the water and see if there's enough soap in the brush, because it does absorb this brush. Yeah, that seems okay. You can always go back to the puck. Irritation? No. Razor burn? No. Feels good, even though there's that little nick there. It's feeling really good. Very Christmassy, spicy, very nice. Here we go, so against the growth. This soap likes to be loaded. As you can see, that looks quite thin on the face there, but there's a good slickness to it. And don't forget, I'm using a very aggressive blade razor, and as you can see, very thin. It's dissipated that. Too much really. But there's good slickness. Now I'll tell you what, I'll show you. That's my most sensitive area, and I've just shaved on slickness then, so I'm going to re-lather that because it does need a bit more soap. So a bit more water, back to the puck. The old Simogue 830 would have gathered, because this does sort of, it's like thirsty, it's a thirsty brush, but I think the best way with this sort of soap is to really go for the lather, take your time, add water, add soap, add water, but that's more than enough. As you can see, it is a nice soap. I wish you could smell that actually. I'll make it right messy. There we go. Against the growth. Very comfortable. Soap's doing a good job. I feel hungry now because I can smell the cinnamon. A bit of nutmeg. That's lovely. Always on that star bit. Place you got to be careful. Excellent for getting under that nose. Very nice. What time is it? Pick up time. Let's pick it up. So here we go, pick up time. I'm not going to do any neck brace jokes and injuries and all that. Even though I'd love to. Very gently now. Yeah, overdone it on the other end. but that's good for me, because as I said before, if you get blood, you can't get no closer shave than that. Right, water. Superb. Right, we'll rinse off. There we go. Warm water now. Really puts you in a sort of Christmassy mood there. This one of these roses. Oh yeah, nice. Oh, that's lovely. I don't know if it's just me, but Christmas, we tend to do any food shopping, it'll be 2 days before Christmas, 2 to 3 days before Christmas, because if you go Christmas Eve to any supermarket here, people turn into Jack Nicholson from The Shining. They go around with their trolley, or cart I think you call it in America, and they're sort of prowling around, get out of my way, that's my cabbage, those are my spinach, those are my potatoes. They're fighting for all this, and huge mounds of food, and I bet they don't eat half of it. And the shops are shutting, they're only shut for 1 day, a lot of them are open Boxing Day, the 26th of December, we call it Boxing Day. Why do we call it Boxing Day? I've no idea. Somebody asked me that once. Right. Thayer's unscented witch hazel. And there's no nasty scent to the Thayer's unscented. Not at all. Still getting a hint of the old nutmeg and cinnamon, apples. Oh, yeah, it's lovely. That's lovely. Have you asked, as I said before, I've asked for no shaving related gifts. But have you? Is there anything you're after or hoping Santa's going to bring down the chimney? I hope he doesn't drop it. Aftershave of choice is Marks and Spencer's. Where are we? Wood Spice, Burgundy Wood Spice aftershave. Keeping with the theme tune. Oh, that's nice. It's not nutmeggy or anything like that. It's very, well, spicy and woody. Maybe a bit of musk in there. And no feedback. Oh, just a tingle here. But that's not bad. I'll have a couple of drops more. One snifter of that. Nice. And I don't know why Nivea Two Phase is not available in a lot of places apparently. America now, come on Nivea, you're losing out on sales. but it's more, I suppose if they could sell it then they would. I suppose it's something to do with different countries, laws and red tape and anyway, they're a damned nuisance to a wet shaver. And to put the protection back in, if you're still there after this mad show, L'Oreal Men Expert. Oh, it was a bit sudden. With birch sap, beautiful stuff. Oh, that's a nice combination with that burgundy. Ooh. I'm getting good at these combis. Oh, beautiful. That is lovely. Really enjoyed that. And personally, I wouldn't use, as I say, an aggressive blade in an aggressive razor. I usually use something like a feather in a very mild razor, like a Wilkinson Sword Classic or one of the Gillette's Slim Twist, something like that, just to give it a bit of a bite. But that, if you do it on a light touch, even though I caught a couple of here and there, but as you can see there's no major issues, they've sort of settled down. That sort of patch there, if you can see that there, that's here is where it grows out, and that's where I used to be in agony with that. And here, but this is lovely now here. But that looks painful, maybe, but it's not. It's just where I sort of, it's very thin, I suppose, skin, where here you got a bit of fat, or I have, double chin, protects you a bit, but anyways, don't go on. Fantastic. So we'll just go over quickly what we've used. We've used the Muhle R41 3-piece, non-adjustable, aggressive razor. Nice razor, nicely balanced, like a diamond knurl in there, is it? Yeah. Aggressive, doesn't look it. Very little overhang, really good. Use the feather high stainless blade, very sharp blade. Happy Christmas from Alice. She has to have something to say. But a good combination. I really enjoyed that, and I wouldn't normally pick that sort of combination, if you like, but I did it because I used the Future before, and it gives you an idea now of seeing the two, you know, Future in that shave, Muhle R41 in this shave. And as I said before, the aggression, for me, the Future is more aggressive on 6 than this. If I had to put the Future to a setting which would equal this, I would say for me again, setting 4, 4.5, somewhere around there. Ever Ready 150, vintage handle with a horsehair knot, really nice, as good as a badger. We've used West Coast Shaving Winter Spice shaving soap, really nice. More water the better, well, especially with that brush, but the scent is beautiful, really Christmassy, spicy, warm. You just want to sit down with a fleece on and I don't know, do Christmas stuff. What else we do? We rinsed off with water, then we use the Thayer's Unscented. Use this beautiful stuff, burgundy wood spice aftershave, gentleman aftershave from Marks and Spencer's, lovely scent. And then to put the protection, we use L'Oreal Men Expert hydrosensitive with this birch sap and no alcohol, which is very nice indeed. Very nice shave, really enjoyed that. Thank you, Mrs H. Christmas in the bathroom. Wouldn't matter if I locked myself in here as long as I had a few beers and something to eat. Right, enough said. Thanks for watching. Remember about the comments. If you don't get a comment or reply, I do apologise. It's just a time thing, just at the moment, and get back to normal in the new year, I hope, which is only a couple of weeks away. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have some fantastic shaves. Look after yourselves. Stay in good health, and get excited for Christmas coming. Have some Christmas shaves. So I'll see you on Christmas Eve, which is Sunday, for the Christmas Eve morning shave. You try and say that when you've had a couple of ciders. And yes, I'll see you then. Take care.